showtime.
Fire and water, earth and the sky, mysteries surround us, legends never die. They live for the moment, lost in time. I can hear them call, they're locked within the crystal ball.
Hey everybody, it's the D-Rock100 and welcome back to more of Pokemon Moon. Last time, we went after 2 more Ultra Beasts. And we had a couple of close calls. And we've also learned that our good buddy Annabelle's still not looking too good. Though she, quote-unquote, claims that she's okay, but I think her psychic powers might finally starting to get the best of her. We don't speak of it, though, at least not yet. This time around, we're going to be reaching up into our final Ultra Beast. Tell me about the Ultra Beast. Oh, right. I almost forgot. We also caught our specimens. And of course, we've already seen these texts already. So, moving on. There's only one UB left for us to take care of. We had our hands full with so many individuals in the first UB. It is a rather dangerous situation. But you were all right, Chief? Yes, of course. Both me and Pokemon were fine. Of course, we ran into some difficult situations. Being surrounded by the Ultra Beasts and outflanked by them made it rather touch and go for a while. As I feared. What is it, Mr. Looker? You have been acting rather odd for a while now, haven't you? No, it's nothing. Could it be about our long-delayed feast? Oh, yes, indeed. What a disaster that you have found me out. The truth is that I'm starving, just starving. How Snorlax feels, I know exactly now. How hopeless you are, Mr. Looker. But I suppose we have been putting it on for a rather long time. We're hungry indeed. Then allow me to take a point on the fine and delicious restaurants for us all. Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. It's been embarrassing to admit, but I'm actually quite famished myself. So you two stay here and relax while I go and find us a place to eat. She can't take much more of this. She must be exhausted. She is particularly cheery when she is feeling unwell and hide her weaknesses from others. I know I may be here a bit late for this, but this is something I would like to tell you. It is something that happened about 10 years ago now. I came to the Ulula region at the time as part of a 3-person team to eradicate a UB. Of course, we did not know them as UBs back then. It was simply a dangerous creature. My team succeeded in chasing down the UB, and then we tried to put an end to it. But somebody screwed up. Oh no. This half-hearted fool here felt sorry for that monster, even if it was for a moment. The moment was enough to get the 3rd member of our team done by the UB. This I cannot deny. I made an error of judgment. I failed to consider the fact that she was not trained for combat. She was just bait for the UB. And the international police knew it. The UBs relentlessly seek out those who have passed through an ultra wormhole. The passage must change them somehow, as if they've been bathed in some energy. Something that the beast can smell or sense. It is though that the UB can track such people as those sniffing them out. It's not like the monsters that come here by choice. They don't want to be here. So they smell the familiar scent and think they'll be in a wormhole. That they'll get home. No. You caught her bait. She was really, wasn't she? Faller. This is what the international police calls them. She was appearing from an ultra wormhole. Those who are bathed in a great deal of the energy that pours out of them. She had come through a wormhole. She was from another world. And she was putting it on her team to help draw the UB to us. And now you're repeating history. You got a follower right here, haven't you? That's right, boy. I'm talking about you. Yes, it's true. He passed through an ultra wormhole. Derek was exposed to the energy, so he may indeed be a faller. But... I'm back! I'm sorry, Aunt Derek. But let us continue this talk another time. I'm sorry, too. I couldn't get a reservation at the restaurant. Seems like it's a very popular place. Hey, Missy. Mr. Anu, I didn't realize you were here. Then one of those monsters appeared. This time on Pawnee Island. I'll tell you more when you get there. We'll meet at the floating restaurant in Seafolk Village. This next one seems like a real tough opponent. I'm sure you're ready for it. Oh, yes, of course we will. Thank you again, Mr. Nanu. Mr. Looker, is everything alright? Of course, it is fine. Not a problem at all. Then we'll make way here for the floating restaurant on Pawnee Island. Once you're ready, Derek, please do come and join us there. So it is on to Pawnee Island next. I'll be counting on you, Derek. Let's meet again at the floating restaurant in Seafolk Village. Well! Why not? In fact, come to think of it, we are almost at the very end of the game. There's only just a handful of things left for us to do. So you came here, Derek. The chief has already left to set up protection around the populated areas. You sent her off to the wrong location? What choice did I have? She's reaching her limit. We have to force her to stand by to regain her strength. So now we have to finish our little talk. You got one follower right here. And the other one is Annabelle. Though I don't think she knows it herself. Nano and I found her here 10 years ago, unconscious on the shore on this very island. We just finished our mission here. She had lost most of her memories, but 4 things she could tell us. That her name was Annabelle. She had come from the Hoenn region. That she had protected some tower there. And that she was a powerful trainer. That she was placed under observation by the international police. All because they detected an insane amount of ultra wormhole energy from her. It may be that she was wandering lost in a wormhole for some time. Regardless of that, she then entered the international police herself. And then got promoted right up past you. Her senior, is that it? Gotta hand it to the police, international police. They really are terrible. Using the same strategy and setting up another faller? Even though the same thing failed before. Your assumptions, you were half right. However, this mission, she chose herself. Perhaps there's something in her laminance, whether she is conscious of it or not. Perhaps she can feel some grief over the fate of the UB, which came to this world just as she did. But she is still a faller. It is her fate to be targeted by the UBs. With a faller right before them, UBs will run wild with excitement. No matter how good she might be, everyone here has their limits. That is why I hope to distract the UBs to divide some time of their attention. Excuse me. That's why I asked you to help with the catching of the UBs. But you're out of luck now. With Annabelle in that condition, she'll be done in if she runs into any UBs now. Yes, and I imagine that the faultless lead I sent her out will not buy us much time. Before we're out of time, boy. How about a battle with me? What a good little boy you are. Then let's go! Alright. Nanu! We have one last battle for us to go through. At least with this guy. Sable Eyes! They're gonna be level 63, Dark Ghost type, Keen Eye for the ability. Armed with the moves Power Gem, Shadow Ball, Dark Pulse, and Toxic. Alright. So, no, honestly, this fight's not bad. I stand corrected. Crocodile, level 63, ground dart type, intimidate for the ability. Crunch, airly, swagger, and earthquake. I don't trust myself with this. Please survive this. Never mind. But you know what? It's fine. It's fine. Let's go for a sparkling aria, survive this earthquake, and carry on our way. Jeez! But thanks for activating my torrent. Very well appreciated. Siren is at level 70. Alright. Well, you're going for your big gun. Okay. Aluminum Persian, level 63, pure dark type, and fur coat for the ability on the Dark EMZ. Power Gem, Fake Out, Dark Pulse, and Thunderbolt. Okay. Probably should have sent out... Can I get AF for that one, but oh well. Thunderbolt. Huh. Not so bad. Alright. So now we know that he's probably going to use it this turn. No! I don't know why he didn't choose to use it, but... Okay. Back to Sableye. Alright. Okay. That was from earlier. Frost is level 69. Okay. I guess it probably should stop acting that way. Absol, level 63, pure dark type, super luck for the ability. Psycho Cut, Sucker Punch, Aerial Ace, and Night Slash. Not a bad Absol. Alright. Uh-oh. Boom! Alright. Next up. Haunch Crow is a level 63, Dark and Flying type, Insomnia for the ability. With Aerial Ace, Sucker Punch, Psychic, and Snarl. In fact, you know what? This is his last Pokemon. Jeez, I am so sorry about that, Nanu. And also, how does that thing snarl? It's supposed to squawk. Thank you. Okay. So now that we've gotten that out of the way, that'll do, boy. I think that'll do fine. Don't let me down. I won't. 000. Well then, young Derek, it is our time to get down to work, is it not? Our friend of you be codenamed Gluten. Nanu said he would lead it deep into the heart of Resolution Cave. This thing. Here you are as usual. You're gonna need them. Derek, this is your final assignment. But first, my young friend, let's get the regular reports out of the way. Yeah. Okay. Well, about this big guy. I have some bones to pick with this thing. And rocks. And trees. And sky. And planets. Oh, you'll see. If you never played this game, but like I said, oh, you'll see. Okay. So now it's off to Resolution Cave. Alright. Oh, hey, look, we're here. I do not want to waste any time. We need to get there on the double. Because of what we've learned, Annabelle's probably going to be on to us, so who knows what she'll do. It's amazing how well ULTRAS can run on these vines. Well, saying goes, vine with me. Meh. I have no reason. Alright. Deep in the Resolution Cave. This is as deep as we can go. Hey! And that was a critical hit? Really? Maybe Goldman must have realized, oh my god, this thing's too powerful, I gotta split. We'll find it here. Okay. I think that's not a way to do this. Oh, I know the best way how we could draw this thing out. But first, you get away from him, or it, or her. He, she, it, you get the gist. A little tactic for finding him, this big guy. Here we go. Have a Pokemon that is lower level than 70. Spray and repel. And just wander around the place. And where is it? The most powerful Ultra Beast that we can encounter has an appetite that is unrivaled, with multiple arms, rotating his jaws, and definitely looks like an alien of some sort with a thing coming out of his mouth. Goozlord is freaky as all get out. When you encounter this thing, level 70 Dark Dragon type. Yeah, you know what its ability is at this point. Thrash, Gastro Acid, Heavy Slam, and Ring Out. This thing has the highest HP out of, I think, all the Dragon and Dark types that you will find. This thing is horrifying. If you're thinking that just looking at things if it wasn't even bad enough as it is, just wait till this thing is used in battle. While it is balanced out and is a little bit more on the offensive side rather than especially offensive side, it can be used to some good use if the correct standards are made, but just be mindful over the fact that it's only meant to be a HP tank that's good for pretty much many things, except for taking a lot of hits. It's slow, yes, but if you can get by all that, Goozlord is a beast. Literally, just look at this thing. Okay. Alright, I gotta be careful how I'm going to approach this. Oh, thrash! Okay. I want to be very, very careful on this one. Especially for that. Attack Rose. Okay. Let's go for something that can at least tank those hits. And I really don't want to go too far because that's what I feel like the next move's gonna kill it, but also give a beast ball a try. I gotta admit though, it has a really nice cry. Okay, so now that it's confused, I'm just gonna keep chucking the balls at it, and I'm hoping that it'll start attacking itself so it'll make it easier for me to catch. Never mind. Caught it in 2 balls. Job well done. It appears to be eating constantly. For some reason, its droppings have never been found. Probably because it travels around wormholes where it drops them. Ooh. So needless to say, these things could probably be found throughout, for all we know, through different dimensions. So, now that we got that out of the way, let's get out of here. See? Told you this place would have one last use. Okay. Now, let's head back to Seafood Village, report back to Looker, tell him the good news, and potentially find out more about what we can do afterwards. Okay. But first, time to give my 2 Pokemon some tender love and care. It's kind of a thing for this point, so you kind of should be expecting this sort of crap. Okay. And we don't need a Pokemon just to get there. We can just walk. Something has indeed happened. I have finished the mission. I finished sending the data. Now we'll be able to learn all there is to know about Goose Lord, otherwise known as UB Gluten. We've done it, Chief. Yes. We've successfully contained all the UBs. Thank you so much for all your hard work on these missions, Derek. Hey, Mr. Looker? Not at all. All I did was provide backup for the 2 of you. It was all you and Derek, Chief. Now that we have finally completed our mission, I will treat us all to the feast of... One moment, please. What is it, Chief? We finally reached it. Our grand finale. Which we should end with a big feast. Our truly final mission requires that we go into the Aether Paradise and report to Miss Wick and that we have contained all the UBs. Oh, indeed you're right. We must thank her for the Pokeballs, known as Beast Balls. We will be going to Aether Paradise to report to Miss Wick about our success. If you are free, why don't you come along with us, Derek? We will make for the secret labs at the lower floor of Aether Paradise. Meh, sure, why not? We got time. It's not like I have anything better to do. So, I guess we're off to the secret labs. To the secret lab! Hey, Sailor Toko! Pull the lever, will ya? Run lever! Why do we even have that lever? Okay. Sorry, reference had to be made. I swear if you guys have never seen that movie, you are missing out on so much. Okay. Oh, Wick! I bring you good fortune! We've been waiting for you, Derek. Derek, thank you for coming. I'd like to thank you for first and all for your hard work attending the UBs. On behalf of the entire foundation, I would like to offer you the most sincere thanks. With this, all the UBs that appeared here from the Ultra wormhole, which opened in the earlier incident, have been caught. Oh no, we're the ones who should be thanking you, I think. We could not have done it without the use of the beast balls that you provided for us. They're negative assets of the Foundation. I'm happy to see them put to some good use. I don't know what I could think of the two of you. The three of us. Yes, Mr. Luca also did a great deal to help us with this mission. But I thought that he would have left them before us. What's taking him so long to get here? I know that told him that we wouldn't meet up here. Could something have happened? Tienda! Really, Mr. Luca? Even after all this time? I'm sorry. I know it's a terrible habit, but I can't help it. And more importantly, it's a disaster. I would imagine it must be. What happened that made you so late? I was on my way here when I stopped by Melemele Island to get some of their famous and delicious malasada as a gift for you all. But just when I had just finished my purchase, I chanced to look up at the sky and there it was! A mysterious black something was zipping across the blank blue sky over Alola. It was black and yet it was shining somehow. It was like it was refracting light. It might have been a UB. No, I'm certain of it. It surely was a UB. But it couldn't be. We haven't had any word from headquarters about there being more UBs. Please rest easy. I do not think it was a UB. We have 100 of our Foundation members working in parallel with the International Police investigating the scoring for UBs. We have not detected any UBs other than the ones that have already contained for us. So you see, we should be quite safe now. I suppose. Perhaps I was just dazzled by the brilliant shining sky that stretches over Alola. And it is little wonder if you who were dazzled, you have been working so very hard. You must be very tired, Mr. Looker. Well, yes, I suppose I could do with a nice little break. And now you can have it. I received a message from HQ saying that our paid leave has been approved. Paid leave? You mean actual vacation time? You said we are free to do whatever we want, like, until we get our next orders from HQ? I hope you will also use this chance to relax for a little while, Mr. Looker. I think that I will stay here have a good look around the Alola region. Not for work this time, but just as a regular tourist and doing some sightseeing. Then I think that I will go and eat my fill of delicious Alolan cooking. There are simply two amazing restaurants and eateries that I wish to visit. And the tradition dishes at Sushi High Roller were absolutely sublime. Sushi High Roller? Oh no, I completely forgot! I was supposed to be meeting someone! What's this? A date? No, not a date. I'm meeting with Mr. Nanu. We owe him quite a bit of all his help. Yes, I do. I suppose we do. So if you'll excuse me, Derek, everyone, I'm afraid I must be going. But I really do thank you all. I hope we all meet again someday. Yes, my young Derek. I also owe you my thanks. It's because of your efforts that we were able to keep the chief safe until the end. The folks at HQ thought that I needed to be paid for your work, so they sent this. Take it. 1 million! And now, I think that is the time I went. I'll be staying at the motel on Melemele Island, though, so feel free to stop by any time. UB conservation mission is complete. Alola shines beautifully. What's this about? Show me the UB data, please. There have been sightings reported on the beast in Alola's past. Its most distinctive feature is its parasitic compatibility. When the helico latches onto a host, it does not manipulate its actions directly. Rather, it awakens the host's own capabilities and boosts them to an extreme extent in order to protect itself. It injects the host with a sort of a neurotoxin to achieve this effect. This neurotoxin in the helico is incredibly stimulating and inspires their feelings of extreme excitement and the lack of inhibition in its host. In other words, anything or anyone that the Negro latches onto will have its native skills forcefully activated to their full extent, and will then act as it naturally desires to. Whoa. This Yubi can reach speeds exceeding 120 miles per hour in just an instant. This speed is greater than any other living creature that has been discovered to date. But its most distinctive features are made in fact to be its beauty and its power from pheromones. Most any creatures that square off against a pheromosa becomes confused, as they're struck by the beast's beauty and loses their will to fight. It was still a subject of research, but it's thought that pheromosa possessed some sort of organ able to produce a pheromosal substance and previously unknown to silence. Aha. This is rather interesting. How about circuitry? Its most distinctive feature is an organ that can generate power. This UV bodily makeup is highly reminiscent of electric wiring that enables it to conduct electricity with great efficiency. It can discharge as much as 1,000,000 volts of power at a time. When it begins to run out of power, it stabs its legs and tails into the soil, entering a tree-like state as it absorbs electricity from the ground. Fancy! Halasala. Its most distinctive features is that its energy that it stores within itself, a flammable gas, and that it can shoot from its 2 huge arms. This is mostly used to propel itself in flight and for battle. It is thought to have sufficient power to lift and even fly into space. Its body construction closely resembles that of a plant, and absorbs nutrients from the soil and nothing else. Now, gluten. It seemed it was targeted by the International Police on a top-secret mission at that time. Its most distinctive features is its limitless appetite. It feeds without pause every moment that it awake. It uses the 2 large tongues that protrude from its mouth to catch and devour everything in its path, be it organic or inorganic matter. And while it eats as much as an inordinate amount, glucose etc. has never been discovered. It is that it might fully convert the things that it eats into energy for it to use. Can I just say... Ew? Again, ew? So, oh, thank you. Okay. So now that we gotten that taken care of, I think it's about time that we go ahead and we end things off from right here. Alright, so I think next time on Pokemon Moon, it's about time that we revisit some familiar locations and see more how things are going on in supposed ruins. I think you might have seen where we're going with this. See you guys then.